I'm recording this video standing up because I've been sitting on my ass all day and I don't want to sit anymore. So I woke up from a 3-month-long coma to come back to my YouTube channel, and I decided to see what the big Thanksgiving drama would be this year. You know, the big drama that, shakes us all at our core, where we're all screaming, calling each other pedophiles and, going after everybody. But instead, we didn't get any of that. We got Establishment Titles, the company that claims that you get to own a little plot of land next to your favorite fucking YouTuber in Scotland, is a scam.
All thanks to our sponsor, Established Titles. They're a project based on the historic Scottish custom where landowners are referred to as lords or ladies in English. And that means, as of today, that's right, I'm officially a lord.
Another big selling point they have is that if you buy a piece of land in Scotland, the custom is that you now become a lord or lady and can add that official title to your name. Sadly, this couldn't be any farther from the truth. Now, this old wives' tale has been around for a long time, and the Court of the Lord Lion, which is the highest court in Scotland in regard to giving out titles, said this to clear up the situation. Ownership of a souvenir plot of land does not bring with it the right to any description such as laird, lord, or lady.
Oh, really? You mean I don't become an actual lord? Wow, dude. Wow, dude, I guess I can't fucking flex that I'm a lord so that they all, think that I'm huge and massive. The funniest part of this whole situation isn't even that it's a fucking scam. It's every YouTuber rushing to, kind of say that it is, but they don't want to violate their fucking contracts or whatever, out of fear of getting, sued. But amidst all of that, Ethan Klein also got in trouble again for, once again, going too far.
We have to do whatever we can to protect the kids. And if that means shutting down the entire Catholic Church and bombing Vatican City.
That's not good.
Parody.
Of course, bro.
What's wrong with you?
I don't own an army.
Thanks, Ethan.
I don't have a military at my disposal.
Hey, I don't know what sounds these are. Let me just play them. What does this do? One. Wait.
No. I mean with an army, not like a terrorist attack. I meant
No.
It's the whole city. The whole city.
This kind of works.
I didn't mean like an act of. Come on, it's a joke.
What a coping loser, dude. I just love, first of all, obviously Dan's face there. It's just priceless. Dan's tried to get Ethan out of trouble so many times. He's tried to talk Ethan out of doing ridiculously stupid shit live on the air, like fucking doxing somebody he thinks might be Amaranth's abusive husband. What? Doxing somebody, and even if it was, it's like, you can't dox people on YouTube. You can't say you're gonna blow up a fucking city on YouTube. Well, actually, I guess you can. He didn't even get a strike for this. Sometimes YouTube will pretend that they care and give him like a week, which is basically just a week-long free vacation for them. But this time, he got nothing. Nobody cares about the Vatican City. Nobody cares about Catholics. My other favorite thing about this clip is that Ethan has no fucking idea why nobody's laughing. It's like, Ethan, you got rid of jokes in the show years ago. Don't be surprised when you attempt to make one on your podcast that people don't even pick up that you're doing a bit. Nobody expects that from you, right? Every time Ethan makes one of these weirdly controversial jokes, what he's doing is he's trying to appeal to his old audience and be like, look, guys, I can still be offensive, just like the old days, right? But it's like every time he makes one of these jokes, there's like a level of sincerity to it that you could extract where you're thinking, maybe this probably isn't a joke. This probably is actually what he really thinks. I mean, after all, when the guy said he wanted to bomb the NRA fucking building or whatever, everybody who interpreted that joke when he first said it thought that he was being serious after he just did a politically charged segment calling out the NRA. Similarly with the Catholic clip, it's like Ethan has been on records claiming that he thinks that every Catholic person rapes kids. Okay? So it's not unlikely to assume that Ethan might actually want a terrorist attack on Vatican City. Now, do I think that he wants that? Probably not, maybe. I don't know. That's why people are confused with you, Ethan, but you don't understand that because you're too fucking fat. And what is going on with your wife, by the way? What the fuck is this? This is just objectively terrible. Where are your eyebrows? That's probably gonna get a fucking strike, but Ethan's comment won't, That's the funny part, too. The funny part is that me reporting this Ethan Klein clip is probably going to get me a strike, even though the podcast is still up on his channel. Thanksgiving this year kind of sucked. Now, in the real world, I love Thanksgiving. I had some tasty food. I had, hung out with family. On the internet, it was just dead. Nobody was doing anything. And you know, given the past 3 Thanksgivings that I've experienced on YouTube, maybe I should be grateful, but no, I'm not. I happened to be browsing Twitter and browsing the political section of the internet, and I saw that Xanderhal and ShoeOnHead were in a very vicious beef, which resulted in Xanderhal attempting to cancel YouTube with the hashtag YouTube hates trans people. What? There's this well-known clothing brand called Balenciaga that had a recent pedophile ad campaign for some of their new clothes that, you know, is totally normal.
This morning, fashion house Balenciaga facing backlash, accused of sexualizing children in a controversial new ad campaign. The luxury brand now apologizing for these photos showing little girls in Balenciaga sweatsuits with plush bears and what appeared to be BDSM-inspired harnesses, and these uncovered documents on the desk showing an excerpt from the 2008 U.S. Supreme Court opinion, U.S. v. Williams, which upheld the criminalization of pandering of child pornography.
ShoeOnHead pointed out how fucking crazy this is, and of course, the online left, Xanderhal included, had a pretty normal reaction. ShoeOnHead on her way to once again use her massive platform to provide the neo-Nazis in her audience with fodder they can use to justify the murder of gay people, but this time, the day after another anti-gay terror attack. Whoa, buddy. Holy shit. What are you talking about? Now, obviously, he's talking about the recent shooting that happened against, you know, the drag queen story hour, but tying ShoeOnHead and just tying, you know, her calling out this weird pedophilic, you know, ad campaign. What, are we just not supposed to call out, like, you know, pedophilic behavior? Like, what is he even saying here? To be honest, I think kids doing acting and modeling is often weird and abusive since exploitation is rife in the industry. But this seems like the pedos are hiding clues for us to find type shit. I mean, yeah, they're just hiding, you know, documents referencing virtual child porn, right? And I'm not saying that that's weird. Oh wait, it fucking is. For people who want clarification, this is the umpteenth time she has started a gay groomer discourse among the right online that follow her with a careless tweet. It has become a pattern. She blocks people, then apologizes, then repeats over and over, and I can't defend that. Last time it caused a GOP lawmaker to credit her Twitter for bringing the LGBT groomer issue to his attention, and she seemed genuinely sorry at the time, but now she's repeating the same mistake a day after an anti-gay terror attack motivated by gay groomer propaganda. So you can cause shootings now with fucking tweets. Augie, that's an uncharitable view of his tweet. It's not, because she's not making the argument that, you know, the gay people were causing, you know, that gay people were behind this sort of ad campaign, and thus, you know, she wasn't saying that. You are. You're the one who's propagating, you know, this rhetoric, right? By giving this sort of defensive reaction to a very just basic tweet. Like, am I missing something here? Because I looked at the tweet and there was no causation leads to correlation at all. That's just something that's in your head. He shares an article that links ShoeOnHead's tweet from the American Conservative, right? But it's like, why don't you just go after the article? But, you know, I shouldn't be too surprised by this, all right? Xanderhal has been getting a little bit, you know, a little bit carefree with the reporting, the flagging, and the going after free speech on the internet. I've confronted Xanderhal on this before. I believe it was on a now deleted Half-Baked podcast. And if the podcast still exists, then I'll play a clip of it. But if not, then I'll recall it to the best of my memory. And you can either trust my recollection of events, or you can just disregard this whole, you know, summary of what his position was at the time. But basically what he told me is that he believes that harmful content should be removed from the internet, but it shouldn't resolve in a lifetime suspension, like a lifetime ban from Twitter or YouTube. He believes in second chances, which is mostly fair, except not really, because I don't think any content, as long as it's not fucking illegal, should be banned. But take a look at this, right? So somebody posted in Xanderhal's subreddit saying, let's try to get YouTube hates trans people trending over social media. In Xander's last video titled YouTube hates trans people, he spoke about how YouTube will put out posts on Twitter in support of trans people, but will not take down stuff like Matt Walsh's videos where they blatantly break TOS. He said in the video that we should try and push hashtag YouTube hates trans people, and I think that's a great idea. Let's push this tag everywhere and get as many big YouTubers as possible to push this. You guys think we could push YouTube's fake progressive facade into actually doing something that backs it up? Figures like Matt Walsh advocating for violence on YouTube will only lead to ads pulling out, again, adpocalypse, and every YouTuber suffering for it. Well, actually, Xanderhal, I'm pretty sure the giant hashtag that you're signal boosting would be the thing that would, you know, cause, you know, there to be problems with ads on YouTube. Why is it just so hard just to, you know, make a video responding to the ideas? Why do we have to make this about going after people's money or going after the platform? I mean, I know why, but it's like, it's just fucking annoying to see this because I feel like Xanderhal has kind of been a little bit wishy-washy on what he thinks is like, you know, fair speech or not.
YouTube really doesn't care, do they? Like, reminder, by the way, this is literally just TOS, what Ben's doing right now. Like, repeatedly, like, calling these trans women men, like, just over and over again. Like, it's completely against YouTube's TOS. I just want to remind you. As, like, we see non-stop left-wing figures getting, like, banned and false striked off of YouTube for criticizing conservatives breaking TOS, I just want to remind you all, this is one of the largest conservative figures on YouTube, just overtly and openly breaking the TOS. So, I don't want to hear anything from conservatives anymore about, like, the anti-conservative bias, alright? Report him? You guys do it. I'm one person. I'm a YouTube. If I report him, then I look like a bitch. If you guys want YouTube to have any chance of taking action against the numerous TOS violations in these content creators' channels, go to their channel and hit the special comment button. You know? Don't you guys know about the special comment button? You go here, you click this, and you hit the special comment button. YouTube loves it when you leave them special comments.
You gotta love it, right? If I report him, I look like a bitch. That's what he's saying. If you're trying to go after people that you think push harmful rhetoric that literally leads to people getting fucking shot in the streets, why would you care if you look like a bitch if you report that person, right? That just doesn't make any sense. It's either you know what you're doing is bad and you're trying your hardest to justify it, or you just don't believe anything you say. Now, I generally like Xanderhal in the sense that I think that he's a charismatic guy. Like, I enjoy, having conversations with them or whatever. But, I mean, I just can't stand for this shit, right? This goes beyond my personal limits. And also, I find, it's really just that comment about him looking like a bitch, so he's going to outsource his fans and his followers to go flag people, but not do it himself out of fear? I don't know. Sorry, buddy, but that's just fucking retarded. It just seems like there's just not much thought going on up there. I don't know, at least when it comes to this. I'm not trying to be mean or anything. I'm not trying to fucking, I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm just saying it how I see it, that's just fucking retarded. Speaking of which, Hasan Piker, just 2 days after that ad campaign from Balenciaga that we were just talking about, featured his Balenciaga sunglasses in a brand new fucking Instagram post. I mean this when I say it. I'm not saying there's anything going on there. I'm laughing online. Not to change the subject or anything, but I still can't get over this Klein picture. What the fuck is this? You know what? If there's one fan of Klein, it's good old Killer Keemstar.
You want this Keemstar cock.
If you enjoyed the video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel. My name is RFC, and I will see you guys again in another 5 months. Goodbye.